Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Camila and welcome to this new video in The Sims 4. We are building something kind of big today because we are building a kind of a complex or a duplex. I don't know, it's kind of two houses on one lot, but they're kind of look like one single house. They are two buildings connected by a basement outdoor space. You can see it right here in the middle. It's an outdoor space because it's a basement without the roof, let's say. I started building this in Oasis Springs, but then I changed my mind and went here on the island of Windenburg because I needed something more, I don't know, countryside-y, I don't know. Because initially I wanted to build where there's grass in Oasis Springs, but then I don't know, there wasn't a lot that was big enough or that was facing the right side because all the lots were kind of vertical, I don't know, perpendicular to the street. So I wanted a horizontal lot like this one, so I moved here. Yeah, so we are building this house, which is actually two houses, and it's kind of eco. I know that lately I've been naming a lot of stuff eco, but this is kind of properly eco. Yeah, I've said eco a dozen times by now. I'm sorry. I've been kind of misusing and overusing the term probably in the last few weeks because I think I was lacking a better term to describe what I was building. Probably that was the case, but this one is kind of eco for real. We are building two family homes that are kind of similar but also very different from each other because on the exterior they may seem very similar, or maybe even a single house, like just a house, one single house. Yeah, you got the point. But yeah, no, there are two houses on this lot, and so two families for a total of 7 Sims max, actually 6, but yeah, we'll see why in a second. This house, it's gonna be very full of plants, of greenery. It's gonna be just like grass and bushes. It's not gonna be full of flowers. It was kind of a struggle for me actually because I couldn't, like, I didn't want to place flowers because they didn't look great here. I thought a more green and just green look would suit the house a little bit better. So yeah, it was kind of a struggle, and I think it looks kind of nice. So yeah, you'll tell me if you agree with me or not. Yeah, let's talk a bit about the families actually who live here because I wanted just to mention them so you can have an idea of who I built this house for. So I think that these two families are kind of friends. Maybe not in the beginning because maybe when they moved here no one knew anybody, but then when they moved here and got to know each other they kind of became friends, even though they are kind of two very different families. I think, in my opinion, I don't know, the vibe that I'm getting from the house, although I'm the one who built it, it's kind of two families that probably you wouldn't expect to be like to get along, but they do get along. So yeah, that's nice. So in the house on the right, looking at it from the front of the lot, we have a single mom with a daughter and their dog. I think it's a dog. Yeah, I didn't place a litter box, and okay, I don't know how, like, what the daughter is into, but the mom, she is a sort of self-employed woman. She works from home. She has her own office in the basement next to the child's bedroom, and yeah, the daughter is a kid. I don't know if I mentioned it, but yeah, they are very close, I think. And yeah, that's it. I don't know what the mom does, but she has a sort of crafty, very nifty knitting inspired studio, like office. So I think she does something of that sort that has to do with crafts and cute stuff. I don't know, I really don't know. But yeah, their house is more industrial. It's not industrial, more contemporary with a tiny hint of industrial, and it's much more of my taste, if I can say it like that, than the other house. The other house was kind of a challenge for me, and I challenged myself, so I was completely aware of the challenge itself. But the other house is still modern, but in the sense of mid-century modern, and the kind of mid-century modern that I personally do not like. So I'm talking about carpeted bedrooms, ugly floor tiles in the kitchen, ugly wall tiles in the kitchen and in the bathrooms, carpet. Did I mention carpet? Or yeah, and carpet, I think. Yeah, so it was a struggle, but I wanted to try it out because I figured that this kind of house on the exterior was also fitting, not just for a more contemporary and industrial style, but also a more mid-century modern one. And so I wanted to give the two houses two different accents, because otherwise they would actually look like the same house. And I kind of enjoyed it. I think that pushing myself to go out of my comfort zone is so rewarding, because I had a ton of fun and I used items that I probably wouldn't have used in a million years if I didn't challenge myself. But yeah, the family on the left side is a family of 4 with like 2 parents, of course, that I think are kind of older than the single mom. And they have a teen daughter that who still lives at home, and then a young adult son that doesn't live here. And I don't know if he doesn't live here because he's at uni or because he's moved out completely and he won't ever come back. Yeah, his bedroom in the basement is kind of a guest bedroom rather than an actual person who lives here bedroom, because it's pretty empty and pretty sad. So I imagine that he brought out all of his stuff, but I don't know if he brought it out just temporarily or for good. I don't know. Probably he lives on his own. Yeah, they don't have any pets, and I don't have a very clear idea for this family other than the teen daughter. No, also the son, who oddly enough doesn't live here, but I figured he was a very science guy, a guy who's into science. Yeah, I cannot speak. And the daughter, I figured that she was into sports because I was furnishing her bedroom and it was getting very pink and very girly, and so I was, okay, what's the opposite of pink and girly in my mind? Sports. So I went on and decided that she was into sports. You know it if you've been here for a while, but I always try and avoid too stereotypical representations. Like, I don't wanna like be this wonderful person who's always against stereotypes, because of course stereotypes are in our mind, in our memory and whatever, so I cannot avoid them completely. But when I'm building something, I try to mix and match things that in my mind don't go together, or maybe that according to society don't go together. And yeah, this was the case, because you can be girly and like sports. I'm not a girl who likes sports, but I can see how that's a possibility. So, but yeah, now you can see that we are furnishing the mother's office, and it's very, I don't know, cutesy and nifty knitting inspired, because I used a ton of stuff from that pack. And I also used a second desk from Paranormal Stuff pack, because I also wanted a space for her to write, because maybe she also likes to write books, maybe children's books. I know that in The Sims to write you need a computer, but I still thought it was a nice thing to have 2 separate spaces for 2 different activities. And we are in the second house. I talked over the first one, but that was the easy task. This one was the more challenging one, as I was telling you, and I used these hideous cool kitchen counters and the very ugly bluish fridge. I think it's from Base Game, or maybe it's from City Living, I don't know. But yeah, this color combo is awful in my opinion, and those cabinets, when I first saw them like in the other house, because I used the same ones but in a black swatch. When I saw this swatch, that was the moment that this idea of the mid-century carpet madness came to my mind. Like, this idea sparked, and yeah, so I have to thank those ugly beigey cabinets. I don't want to say how we call that color in Italian, but yeah, it's not something nice. But I think that the downstairs bathroom is kind of a breath of fresh air, if you can say it like that. I don't know, I'm sorry, my English today is all over the place. Because that's not so ugly. I think it's very nice and not too mid-century modern as the rest of the house. It's not like, the house is not overly mid-century modern, but it has a vibe, I guess. Especially the parents' bedroom is so mid-century modern, I think, in the colors, in the textures, in the patterns. So yeah. And now you'll see probably me furnishing the guest bedroom that's pretty empty and pretty sad, as I was telling you before. I also use the taller softback fairy lights in the teen's bedroom, and I think they are so cute. I don't know, it's the first time that I'm doing this trick, and I don't think I've even seen it from somebody else, so I was pretty proud of this idea. And yeah, the outdoor space also is coming together, and the outdoor lighting, and I think this is pretty much it, because yeah, I'm just adding some activities and some small details and decorations, and this is it. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in my next video, and have a great day. Bye everybody.